Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Bold Donut from the Never Regret Clan here with Machinimate This, episode 16. 16 and 17, just a reminder, is an audio commentary, sort of a kind of me talking about behind the scenes, why I decided to do this series, what went into making it, and really it's just going to be the openings and sometimes the end scenes. Now you'll see there's an end scene that a lot of you didn't see in episode 1. But anyways, let's go ahead and continue. Episode 1 is definitely by far my favorite episode. I think, personally, I was so excited to get this series rolling, and it really went off and started on a good note. As always, narrations and voice acting for me is always a problem. I'm not very good at doing it. I don't really have the technology at the moment, really, to do it. So, that's always my weak spot in Machinima. But really, this whole series was just a blast, not only because I got to look and see how all my favorite Machinimators get to, do their special effects, and then how I can recreate it, but I also got to share it with a bunch of people. And really, a lot of people think that might sound cheesy, but a lot of my friends are, just starting to get Sony Vegas 7 or programs like it, and they're just starting, to figure out that, hey, I can do these effects too. So it's really nice to help people out, and plus I've made tutorials in the past, and that's what I guess I'm really good at. This is a clip at the very end. This is after the credits. It's the last few seconds of the film of episode 1. Surprisingly, a lot of people didn't see this. I asked like 10 or so of my friends, and only about one only did say that he saw it, but I don't even know if that's true or not. But of course, after I say it, everyone went and saw it. But if you go and check, this scene's there, and I don't know. I thought it was kind of fun because it showed just another little aspect of the filming that you can go into doing. I mean, when I did this series, what I started out was I wanted to do special effects, not only so that I could figure out how to do them, because I'm going to film school, so, it's important to figure out how to do special effects. But on top of that, it really gave me a look into what other Machinimators really do to make some of these amazing videos, like Genetic Spartan, who's definitely probably the most amazing special effects editors for Machinima right now. He's just outstanding. If you haven't seen his works, go see him now. They're just great. But I mean, it was just a great time making all these films, not only because I got to make them with a great cast, Never Regret Clan. I mean, we have so many great actors and everything in our clan. It's just a lot of fun. We get together, we spend about 15 minutes, doing a filming session, then we'll go into matchmaking or action sack or whatnot, and just completely goof off and do all this random crap. And it's just a lot of fun. I mean, and at the same time, I'm not only helping me, but I'm helping all of my friends who are Machinimators and other people who happen to run into the series. And it's really, in general, it wasn't hard to do the series. I mean, for a Machinima, doing a tutorial, for me at least, is a lot easier than sitting down and doing like a full-blown series like Truce, which, by the way, I will complete at a later date. It's just great to, not be pressured to follow a storyline, because once you get a storyline and you get it complicated, it gets really tricky because you don't want to mess the storyline up. And you also, gotta do more things. But I mean, for instance, something like this. I got sent an email with a hologram projector. I'm like, well, how am I gonna do this? And I just ran into it randomly on Bungie.net in their media player, and I was just able to, use it. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. But really, and this is the effect that Rooster Teeth had in one of their episodes. I mean, granted, it's not the same quality, but then again, I spent about 10 minutes doing this effect. If I spent a little longer on it like they do, I probably would have gotten a better result. I mean, it just shows you that most of the special effects you see aren't all that hard. You just got to kind of think a little bit outside the box about how to do it. Granted, I did have some help with some of the special effects, but most of the special effects, for the most part, like for instance the rain effect in episode 9, I got help with from JFNG2. So, I mean, it's really, this whole series was just an eye-opener to see how simple special effects can really make a difference. But like, for instance, when I went to make an episode, I mean, a lot of people would think, oh my gosh, it probably took forever to do all the special effects. Really, it didn't. I mean, in general, it took about maybe 6 or 7 hours per episode, except at the last here where I've like cranked out these last couple. I mean, the thing is, I got into the groove after doing the first two, and then I was just able to just do them faster and faster and faster and keep the quality about the same, or at least I tried to keep the quality about the same. But I mean, the first thing you got to do is you got to come up with what effect you're going to do, which is another great part because people send in requests so that you're not doing, you know, random special effects that no one cares about. You're doing effects that people want to see, which I like because, you know, most of the effects people want to see are the same ones I want to see, or ones that I wouldn't have thought of, which makes it really great because it's easier to edit and, you know, get people to watch at the same time. And really, to make an episode, you first, like I said, you come up with the idea, then, you know, you go in, you film it in Halo 3, then you got to record the Halo 3 part, then you got to record the narration part, and then you have to go in, write a script, and, you know, record that. And then you have to go and, I'm rambling here, sorry. You have to go in and, whatchamacallit, you got to record the computer part. And while that sounds like, you know, not a whole lot to do, you then have to go back in and put it all together and make it match up. And that actually is usually the part that takes the longest, of course, because, you know, that's where you got to put the special effect in and everything. But really, in general, an episode of Machinimate This takes about 6 hours to produce, and then that's not counting the time it takes to render. If I render it in the usual way I do, which doesn't always work because Sony Vegas 7 doesn't work with Vista all that well sometimes, it usually takes about 3 hours per episode to render. That's why it's like I really didn't have a whole lot of time because I'm literally recording this at 1:18 p.m. Thursday before these episodes are going to be released. So, I mean, I'm cutting it kind of close to the wire, but, you know, this is just a narration, so really it's not too hard. But I mean, this series, like I said before, it was just a ton of fun. Of course, some other people have other ways of doing the effects, and yes, there are more than one ways to do some of these effects. However, I always tried to find the simplest way to do it, or the way that would give you the most freedom when you go and post-edit, or if you want to do stuff like, for instance, here with the Elites, if you want to make them move around, doing the way I did it in the effect actually makes it a whole lot easier when you go into production. Okay, I'm going to stop talking now and go to episode 17. See you guys there.